Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? How many people have been asked that question, especially as a youngster or a young adult? And how many times have you asked somebody that question? I'm Teresa Lisum, and I'm here on Thoughtful Thursday, just contemplating and thinking about that question. So stay tuned. I just listened to a conversation, an interview with Neil Donald Walsh. He is the author of Conversations with God, series of books, wonderful books. I read them years ago. He asked questions of God and then transcribed the answers that he was given. It's very insightful on many, many topics. So this interview, he told the story about his father asking him many, many times, hundreds of times, who do you think you are? And I'm sure his dad was asking in a way that was not in a positive light. It was not meant to be a question, to think deeply about. It was a question like, well, who do you think you are to blah, 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 blah. We all know how that sounds, but let's look at it from a deeper perspective. Who do you think you are? Do you think you're somebody of power, somebody who has stepped into their own, somebody who has aligned with their higher purpose, their higher self, their higher mission? Or do you think you're somebody who is not enough, not worthy, is not here for any purpose, feel like you're taking up space? Isn't that interesting how you could think of it from two different viewpoints? So instead of it being a derogatory question, why don't we take it as a question to explore our inner self? And yes, who do we think we are? I like to think I'm an empowered woman with lots of value to give to the world, but I did not always think that. I always went in the other direction, that I have no value. What do I have to offer? I'm not worthy of anything good or lots of prosperity and abundance. And, why use my voice when nobody pays attention? So those were old thoughts. Now I have since changed it to the next set of experiences that I want, the new version of myself, who I want to be. And that's an empowered businesswoman, an entrepreneur with lots of content that is valuable to other people, and people are interested in what I have to say. So I'm going to ask you again, who do you think you are? And I invite you to take some time to think about that, maybe journal it, contemplate it, just let it sit in your brain and process and see what you come up with. So that's it for me on Thoughtful Thursday. I'm Teresa Lisum. Check out my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining me.